Greetings, everyone. Uh, beautiful day. I'm a bit later than usual because I had stuff to do. And I was supposed to be here at 7 and started at 6 instead. To do to keep doing our study of PT's book. Hold on, let me just fix my banners. We don't need that. And we're gonna set the record straight. So the vote to evolve. Evolution, yeah. People take many vows. I was supposed to ask him, but I didn't. How to say it? People take many vows. Anyway, but very few take the vow to evolve. Those who don't take this vow will always devolve. Evolution is not automatic. It doesn't happen by just existing or in time, as Darwin may have some belief. There is no evolving by chance, and there is no neutral ground of stasis. It will always be up or down, and for those who are not fully committed to evolving, it will just be down. And I saw something recently. I'm starting to look at the hydrogen man. There's a guy on YouTube. I suggest you check him out, the hydrogen man. And he's doing stuff with Santos lately. I saw a video was suggested to me yesterday. I started looking at it. Very interesting. Wasn't really aware of the whole thing. But yeah, apparently breeding hydrogen from there's a machine that goes with it. For sure the machine is a bit expensive. It's not really affordable. I find it's like $3,200 Canadian. It's expensive, but it's for our health. So I was looking at it. Maybe I'll get one eventually, but I like the principle behind it. To breathe hydrogen, pure hydrogen. Apparently, it's a God particle. Yeah, the God molecule, or something like this. Anyway, H2O. So H2 is hydrogen and O is oxygen. That gives you the water. So you basically use water and extract the hydrogen from it and breathe it. It's apparently a miracle. So yeah, I'm gonna probably get a machine like that and we'll look at it here, see what it does and the benefit. And you can use the water. You can drink the water from the hydrogen machine. You have a little picture on the side. Just check Santos channel. Mr. Astrotheology, or the Hydrogen Man himself. He has a whole bunch of videos. He got very sick a few years ago and he started looking into some kind of cure or something that could help him. And he found that the hydrogen was very beneficial, rejuvenating the blood vessels and all that. So yeah, it could be interesting. We will look at this eventually. So evolution is the only revolution. Real revolution. Some ask, what is the point of evolution? Why be so concerned about it? Well, if one is fine doing what one does, if one is fine doing what one does not want to do, if one is fine being a slave to an evil system, if one is fine being helpless, if one is fine with things not going their way, if one is fine being blissless in hell, then there is actually no need to worry about evolution. But once you have made the decision to not complain about your job, your boss, your boring life, your pathetic existence, if you, however, do want to break free of the matrix prison, you would need to evolve. There is no other revolution which can save you. Revolution is just evolution. Yes, yes, addiction. Addiction. What is addiction but of a lack of diction? Most people right now are silly and have bad, improper diction. No wonder all ancient Vedic gurukuls just mainly concentrated on getting diction right. So-called schools and university of right now have teachers who have no clue as to what proper centered diction is. So it's no surprise addiction is rife. The pat, the pat. There are those who try to hide behind complications and say that there are many pats. The reality is that there is only one pat with its normal two direction, one going away from divine and one going towards divine. There's no in between. No. Tapasya. Tapasya. It says tapasaya. Tapasaya. Through movies and media, people of this planet have been programmed to think that power comes from going to gym and lacing oneself with metal and technology. The truth is that the DNA soul is not enhanced but perturbed by this. Real power, bliss comes through tapasaya. Penance being the closest term in English. Penance. Okay. Penance, divine is omnipresent, right? You can't escape it. No. Leslie, bonjour, Leslie. Bonjour, Leslie. It says you're there, but it's weird because here on StreamYard it says zero watcher. So I don't know. This thing is not really accurate, I think. It's not reflecting the reality, apparently, like many other things in our world. So, yeah. So let's go. Perturbed by this. Real power, bliss comes through. Penance being the closest term in English, and only penance, tapasaya, is praising high and divine. Anything. We are here doing our study of PT's book. It says one's watching on my hand. Yeah, here it says zero. Zero watcher on my StreamYard interface. I don't know if I go on YouTube. Let me check what it says. Part 11, live and direct now. Yeah. It says one watching here. So, yeah. Maybe we'll get the data from YouTube instead. So, okay, let's go. So, anything. You can do anything. Earn as much money as you want. Have a full cover life insurance. Have savings for your old age. Eat spirulina or vegan food. Hug trees. Hug each and every person on the street. Cry, laugh, sing, and dance. Join alternative communities. Wear any amounts of outfits. Go to any concert, festival, seminar. Give as many awards and titles Draw, paint, write, have one nightstand, have many nightstands, cling on to each other, jump and shout, create and procreate, mid-state and meditate, mid-state and mediate, or mediate, hold conversations and debates, get on stage or a reality show, live in the limelight or under the radar, live in the mountains or near the sea, work hard or laze around, drive any car, take all the pills and chemicals, research old bones and or new science, eat all the chocolates, drink all the cocktails, join yoga classes. I'm not done. Hit the gym, travel to any part of the world, read all the books there are, see all the movies there are, play all those scenes in your life, kiss, hurt, kill, save. You still won't get out of the blissless hell that you're in and have no clear knowing of where your soul is headed for after the shedding of the body. In fact, you won't move even an inch forward in soul evolution terms. With each action you do, you will sink deeper into the hell swamp. It's better to stay completely still, impossible to do when you're sinking, but that also just delays the inevitable. Death is no escape either, because it takes you to even more harsher hells, only to bring you back to square one. Unless you stop doing as per your self direction and surrender and actually practically bow down to the higher and divine, there is no escape, period. Period. So the list is long. You can do whatever you want in life. We can say it all again. And all of this, unless you stop doing as per your self direction and surrender and actually practically bow down to the higher and divine, there is no escape, period. Essential. So, what is really essential? Once again, meaning is the word beyond the spelling. Essential. Cent io. Center I align. Bringing energy to the center to praise higher and divine is the only real essential. And en français, c'est essentiel. So, l'essence est dans le ciel. Ciel, it's the sky. So, essentiel, ben, ciel. We don't write it essence C-I-E-L, but it's the same sound. So, the sound matters. Then the spelling, then the pronunciation, but that's the sound, the pronunciation. But yeah. Medicine. So, what is medicine? Answer to that lies in another question. Why is there a midi in medicine? Midi equal middle, center. It's clear centering is the only real medicine, as in mid station. So the real medicine is centering. That's it. The most natural thing. After a mass epidemic of unnaturality, Natural is becoming a buzzword once again on this planet. However, most don't realize that the most basic primary seed, root impulse, upon which this multiverse stands and functions, is the impulse one feels to behave properly in front of higher and divine. It's more natural than, let's say, the impulse to not eat thorns. When this root naturality goes, all other natural sense is bound to leave one, and all else follows as a result. Right behavior. Right behavior. That's PT. Large up PT. Great, man. Yeah. The thirst. The thirst. Having an overwhelming thirst for getting out of this 3D plane existence, getting real knowledge about this multiverse, getting to higher planes after death, getting close to divine is essential for any beings to behave correctly and make use of their life here. This thirst cannot be given to anyone. One has to feel it oneself. Quite easy to do in the desert that is this world. Those who have it, don't waste their time saying nonsense. Those who don't, well, yeah. Behavior. So why are all these beings stuck here in such a bad situation and don't have access to higher realms? Well, the answer doesn't require whole libraries full of books. It is quite simple. Behavior. They just don't know how to behave in front of higher and divine. The current school society system teaches them all the wrong ways of behaving. And their bratty selves are more than happy to learn and apply those wrong behaviors, which takes them straight to hell. So to get out of hell, one has to learn how to behave. Greetings, TX Sound HCT. Vroom today. Yeah, man. So good and bad qualities. Good and bad qualities. We are here setting the record straight. Observation in this matrix. PT, Prashant Trivedi. Yeah. Here's PT. Good and bad qualities. And after his book, I will probably jump onto mine. And we're going to revise my book. I might change the stuff, might even change the title. Because I put, I think, 33 keys to unlock your full potential. But I think I'm going to take off the 33 because it's suggestive a bit. And my goal has nothing to do with occult or anything like that. I refer to the 33 vertebra in our spine. But people tend to judge the book by the cover. People tend to judge the book by the cover. That's why we say don't judge the book by the cover. But I might change the title. We'll find something else. Or just keys to unlock your full potential. A set of keys, something like that. So good and bad qualities. There is a whole lot of discussion and confusion regarding what exactly are good positive qualities and what exactly are bad negative qualities. The answer is quite simple. The qualities which allow one to behave appropriately in front of a being higher than themselves are good qualities, and those that don't are bad qualities. There are, of course, the minions of evil demiurge, who would propagate that there is no good and bad, but then they will also say that there is no such thing as evolution either. My son just brought me cake with weed in it. Ooh, that's good. But I have to wake up and make bagels. Yeah, I made mine today. I'm gonna make more tomorrow. Made like I don't know, 4 fois 8, 32. Made like 48 bagel today. Whew. Yeah, it's 8 bagels per batch, so a few batches, I think. New York style. New York style bagel. Only one bad, wrong. There is no other bad or wrong, etc., except not showing proper full respect to higher and divine. Beings only put their own beingness in jeopardy by not properly respecting higher and divine. Yeah, he did 48 bagel. I did some small ones too, like a baby bagel. Yeah, they wanted to have some bite-sized bagel, like almost pretzel sized, like little. So I made those, and yeah, quite a few bagel now. But here we are 4, so me, Kim, and my 2 children, and plus when Sam come, I give him some too to bring to his house. So and I have to supply my sister-in-law and her husband and her daughter. So I'm supplying everybody around with bagel, even my neighbor in front that soon will receive bagel. So I like to make it for I make it with love. So why not share it? Respect in dealing with a higher being or divine itself. One needs proper respect to trigger a proper response in one's being, which includes the neuroelectrics in the brain, spine, and the consciousness as a whole. More respect, more response tingles, more resolution in attention terms, more restraint on devoluting impulses, equal more respite from tension, more rest from restlessness, more result in evolution, equal soul resurrection. Rotating energy rest, rotating energy spiral. P pole the axis. Electric charge turnings. Yeah. What respect is. Yeah. You give a lot throughout the day, every day. Yeah, I'm here every day. And yeah, it's important. It's all about giving. Yeah. What respect is. Giving respect to higher and divine. Yeah. Let me fix this here. Maybe that's a bit. Oh, here. That's good. So, what respect is? Real respect is simply giving more credence to what a higher being has said than self analysis of that statement. Let me repeat it, because that's a notion that's far gone in the mind of the masses. Respect. What respect is? Real respect is simply giving more credence to what the higher being has said than self analysis of that statement. It's best to not analyze at all and listen so that the words permeate the whole being, something which can only happen by ignoring self incessant chattering noise. Posture is primary. There are many who say to me that they are humble, but their posture gives them away. Majority of beings these days are in continually unhumble postures because Vedic culture, which pervaded the world in times where there was alignment with divine, is now firmly in the background. They don't realize it is impossible to have humble thoughts in an unhumble posture. And one having humble thoughts will automatically get into a humble posture. That's important. They don't realize it is impossible to have humble thoughts in an unhumble posture. And one having humble thoughts will automatically get into a humble posture. Watch your posture. Doing the do. People always seem to be able to do the do. Do the do, do the do, do the do. Yeah. Do the do. People always seem to be able to do the do when it comes to brushing their teeth, etc. But when it comes to taking care of their soul and evolution, most cannot do the simple do of using their mouths to praise higher and divine and using their bodies to serve higher and divine. It is the only way one evolves, not by thinking or internalizing. Moving the mouth to praise the higher and divine is the do. Only those who do this do with continuity get out of the mess. Simple. Praise, praise. Praise, P, raise. Pray was just a short term of praise. P-R-A-Y-Z-E, praise, equal praise, P-R-A-I-S-E. It is either doing or praising. One leads to hell, another to freedom from hell. The fools believe in doing without any real rhyme or reason. The wise fix their attention on praising instead. Doing keeps on happening, despite the futility of their doing being clearly revealed through Lotus Ocean's writing. Some, after reading Lotus Ocean blogs, still have the nerves to write their own blog, as if they have some other truth to share, which has not been revealed here. Just doing for the sake of doing, there is no other evil. The only purpose of this doing is avoiding praise of divine, to garner praise from the confused, depressed, tormented, and blind self. Silence, unsilence. Silence is definitely one of the most overrated virtues. Misrepresented as a divine attribute. Through quotes like, if speech is silver, silence is golden. That would make Krishna speaking out Bhagavad Gita to adjourn a mere silvery act. Silence usually just means that Somewhere, some unwholesome calculation is going on within. Many people can hardly ever speak because of the incessant and meaningless internal dialogue. Such calculations may be useful in petty politics or business or other such useless activities, but have no use in soul evolution. In fact, these calculations are a major obstruction on the road to heightened awareness. That's why sages of old recommended continuous verbal repetition of divine sounds to rise above the selfish calculative part, which hides behind the mask of external silence. Nothing in the multiverse is really silent. To feign silence is such an existence is a pretense. A lot is emitting out of people by just their being presence, without them having to actually say anything, and they cannot stop that chatter within. Through any amount of external silence, no matter how much time they spend alone, how much pot they smoke, how much meditation they do, or how much time they spend in nature, the chatter just goes on and on. The only way to curb the mind from the unwholesome is to focus on the wholesome. Speech which praise the divine is the only savior from the dark and gloomy sound of silence. Prayer. There are those who are suggesting that prayer is done in silence. Prayer comes from the term pray, which in turn comes from the term praise. Prayer is nothing but praise of higher and divine. And this praise is done through words and deeds, not silence. That's why I come here and I repeat that book so like at least once a year. You will see me. Once a year I should do that book here. So just so we repeat the divine mantra and get out of here eventually, maybe. Bye. Yeah. Okay, I'm not done. Silence is the mark of the insincere. I wasn't done. Silence is the mark of the insincere. All the devotees of divine in all ages have one thing in common: praise of divine through words, song, and deed. The more continuous this praise is, the closer to divine they are. They are not afraid of praising divine, using their mouth and all that the divine has given them. And they will do it in any situation. They don't need solitude or silence for it, just like a lover doesn't mind expressing its love, even in a crowded place. They will not praise the higher code. There are those who get very anxious, defensive, as the mere mention of the fact that God, divine, higher, has to be praised. They say praise is unnecessary, and life can be lived without it. When the truth is that even in their own life, they are always praising either others like themselves, their own self, or those lower than themselves. Majority of this world has no problem encouraging those that don't threaten their own ego in simpler words, what they know to be nothing really beyond them. It's only when it comes to praising the real, higher, divine, that questions are raised and feelings like jealousy enter the fray. In their foolish ignorance, they say, why would higher need to the praise? Well, it doesn't. It is they who need to do the praise, to raise themselves out of the blissless hell they have put themselves in through not doing it. Empathetic repetition. Everyone can perceive at least one of the unlimited, exalted qualities of divine manifestations within this 3D matrix, and that is enough for evolution. All that is required is empathic verbal repetition of this perception, rising above self's inherent laziness. Speech is the starting point. The body will follow. Mind after that. Soul. The most natural thing. There are those who believe in coming down hard on their self, the self trying to discipline its own errant, unevoluting ways in a contradiction in itself, is a contradiction in itself, rather than a realistic possibility. Any real evolutionary discipline is not possible without the focus being on praise of the higher divine. Discipline is easy and automatic for those who learn to enjoy the bliss which comes through doing what's natural. And nothing is more natural than praising the higher divine. It is an automatic impulse, only smothered by deliberate evil, inculcated over thousands of generations. All the beings in any era, ancient or recent, have only gotten to soul evolutionary discipline through praise of divine and those closest to it than themselves. If one doesn't, if one doesn't, if one doesn't bow down to higher in terms of spiritual evolutionary status, one gets an uncomfortable feeling which will surely turn into jealousy and upsetness, which will lead to incorrect behavior, which will automatically lead to a very quick devolutionary downfall, which leads to hells of pain and torture. It's all that simple. Eyebrow, eyebrow. The upper eyebrow and lid has to bow. It is the first step in the important business of proper agreeance. Jaw follows, the neck, spine after that, body language, fast disappearing off the face of this planet. Bowing, bowing, whatever you say it. There are many here who think that they can evolve without bowing to the real higher divine. As they lounge on their sofas, smoking away, or lie in their beds dreaming, or watch the world with puzzled, befuddled eyes, they think they are learning and evolving. Lotus Ocean has news for them. All they are doing is confusing themselves further, getting more entangled in the spider web, sinking further into the quicksand. The only solution, bowing to higher and divine. Without bowing, mental and physical, with requisite posture, there is only downfall. If they are honest enough to admit it, it is happening right before their eyes, as the world, including them, sinks into deeper hell of boredom, depression, pain, and torture. Most are ready to do anything for happiness, except bowing. They can bang hard on all the walls until they realize the simple logical truth that there is no way out except humbly following those who know the way out. For whom, what not to bow, to read page 352, the fake bows. For whom to bow to, real, page 112, out the real, how to tell between fake and real gurus. That's it. Grace. Grace. Only graceful action one can do is sincerely bow. I have to ask him. That's getting on my nerve. I'll ask her tonight. Is it bow or bow? Bow to divine. If that is not what one does, only other option is disgraceful actions. And the longer one goes on that devoluting path, more disgraceful it all gets. It's all already at an insectoid level. If one puts on the TV, especially any so called music channels, without grace, there is no G race or genes on fire, racing up past the speed of light to break the matrix eggshell. The fake bow. People are ever ready to do their formal, get it out of the way fake bow. Fake bow. Bowdy. Anyway. To establish frauds like Pope, Queen, Dalai Lama, and other such charlatans. It's all about bowing to the system itself rather than an individual. In some places, they are forced to do such bows to all elders, elder being dedicated by age, not wisdom. In some places, they do this they do this bow to stones and statues. Ego doesn't get perturbed, especially since everyone else is doing it too. C'est true, the statue won't, like they bow to Jesus and that won't reply to you, won't break your ego. Lah. The statue won't break your ego. Lah, so people everywhere do this bow to money and those who have it in various forms. They bow to the people on stage who bow back to them. A mutual bowing scene which leads to which leads no one anywhere. People are not bowing to the higher partly because they have wrong definitions of higher, and mainly because of the plain evil which takes over them with feeling like inferiority complex and jealousy when they do know in their guts it makes them not want to bow because it will have to be a real bow and it will have to be continuous. Useful to remember that all evil only arose from the simple decision of not bowing to divine. Simple. Why bow? Bow. BOW. I have a problem with that word. I'll get it straight. I'll set the record straight with the BOW. So there are those who ask why I give so much importance to bowing. I think it's bow. Oh, I don't know. Well, if one doesn't bow to high and divine, one will only get angry with high and divine. This is but natural and will always be the case. There is no third way of being. It's either bow or get upset. Hare Krishna, bows. Is it? Bow is like ow, so it's bow. So it's bow. Okay, I get it. Bow is like how. So it's bow, right? Bow and bowing and bowing. Is it right what I'm saying? Yeah. Leslie, you're the English one here. Me, I'm the one trying to be English. But yeah, or trying to speak English. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. Bow is like how. So bow. Okay. So why bow? That's it. Okay, good. We got it. So I'll say it properly now. There are those who ask why give so much importance to bowing. Well, if one doesn't bow, that's it. If one doesn't bow to I and divine, one will only get angry with I and divine. This is but natural and will always be the case. There is no third way of being. It's either bow or get upset. Yeah, because you put a bow on a gift. That's a bow. And that's a rainbow. But you bow to higher and divine. Yeah. Okay. Rainbow. Yeah. The result of this anger, upsetness is really bad for one's souls, which is already caught up in a mess. It is simply a way to deeper hell, which doesn't seem so terrible in written form, but is way, way worse in experiencing. It's all the medieval tortures and all the so called modern war tortures combined, plus much worse. Remember how? Yeah, I'll remember how. That's the how I gonna remember how to say it because I'm sure I will probably make the mistake again. Is like about a bow in your hair. That's it, and you put a bow on a gift too, and a bow in your hair. But the bow is the bowing is. There's only one way to describe the the physical action of bowing. That's the only place I guess where you pronounce it that way is bowing is to bow like whatever you do it, whatever way you do it, go on your knees or with your hand or whatever. It's like a bow in your hair. That's it. Rainbow. That's it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Guarantee pure intent to serve guarantees entry into any world. Guarantee pure intent. That's so important. The intent. The bowing is like the howling. Howling. Yeah. So guarantee pure intent to serve guarantees entries into any world. Praying for help. A common question people ask when we pray to higher and divine. Why doesn't divine help us? Answer. Because that prayer is asking for help, not stating one's intent to serve. A crucial difference. Where there is intent to serve in whatever capacity one has, all the help one needs and more gets taken care of anyways. Yes. I do bowing and yoga. That's it. Thank you. Really? Really? Having received many thank yous lately, it is but natural to wonder what it means. Is it a praise? Or is it an uneager cop out? out of having to do anything more substantial. It is a form of gratitude, and if so, it seems quite hollow. Just two words, and that's it. The word itself means thank, THANK, thank you, or then cut you. It is more of a rude bye bye term than any intent of reciprocity. It's not a good thing to say thank you, but thank you often. It's like it puts an end to a chat you can have with someone, or whatever you do, you leave. Thank you. Like it shuts the door. It's like it shuts the door. It's not a au revoir ou merci, au revoir. Ben, merci. Merci, c'est la même affaire. En français, c'est merci. Mercy. Have mercy. Pitié. Merci. Anyway. So, another Western English phrase for concealing rudeness in garb of politeness. Thank you is just another way of saying buzz off now. That's it. That's it. Even when beings say thank you to God, divine, they just want to get rid of it. Thanks for your help, etc. Now, can you just disappear so that we can get on with it? Thank you to higher and divine is a cheap way to get out of bowing. Those considering just thank you to be a first step should know that there is no possibility of any more steps in that path. One will actually have to retract to move forward. Yeah, thank you is a buzzword. It's like you shut the door, or it's kind of rude at the limit, and it's true. The most crucial thing for anyone wanting to improve their self, their life, raise their spirit, make a soul, get out of hell and 3D matrix, get into magic realm, get into heaven, get into higher dimension, be with divine. The most crucial thing is to see coming across higher and divine as the greatest good fortune. To be celebratory about it, like it is the biggest lottery one can ever win. I always say I won the lottery. I always say it. Step one, and just by serving and praising higher and divine, to me, that's what I do here. And it's with verbal repetition. And I do this. I don't do this to have friends here. I do this to try to wake you up from your sleeping slumbers, if it's your case, or try to shake you to reality, or try to, I don't know, shake something within you so that you can see something more light than darkness. Then anyway, I'm trying my best to, yeah. I have to be with Iron Divine. Soon I went there when I was hit by a truck. Look, often we realize these things, these important step we have to take. Yeah, you are. That's my goal, is to shake you out of your nonsense, just like me. I'm shaking myself here too. Like this is all evolution for me also. I'm not no gurus here. I'm just coming to share my vibe and share my appreciate loving life. So I'm here and sharing, and because the world is going to shit, so it's important that we step up and start praising higher and divine. Yeah, give thanks. And praising higher and divine is a lot has to do with exactly trying to shake people up a bit so they I don't know, they start to open their eyes. But the road to The road to redemption, if I can say, is so long, so long. It's such a like even today. I've been into this since 2014. I started on YouTube 2014, and I'm still like 8 years now into this awakening or rebirth. It's more a rebirth. Me, I got I was reborn. Oh, definitely. I always say it, and that was like so rejuvenating. You want the fontaine of youth, the fontaine de jouvence, la fontaine de jouvence. Well, shake yourself up, have a rebirth. Yeah, the world will shift soon. Yeah, yeah. But I think what we need really is to go back to the beginning of times. Maybe I don't know. We need to eliminate all the nonsense in this world so we can put the attention where it's really needed. Iron Divine. We could live in harmony. We don't need to live at war permanently because it's always war. It's not because now there's war in Ukraine, apparently. Apparently, because the images I see is like video games and stuff, and it's always the same. Like at one point, I get so fed up watching their stuff. I'm trying to see some kind of real stuff, but I can't find nothing real, so I just get fed up and I don't watch it anymore. I am the reverse of Reborn, I think. Not sure. I have not cried in over 3 years. It's coming. It's coming. You're Leslie, I always told you if I can touch the heart of one person, I'll have done my job here. I'll have done a great job. And I always said I do video for you. I do it for you, Leslie, for me and you, because we're pretty much always digesting that information together. So yeah, not digesting. Uh, there's a word "die" in there. Not really, but yeah, I always said if I do it for Leslie, at least right there, it's a winner. So yeah. So the most crucial thing, step one. Okay, we're not done. Yeah, yeah. Large up, Leslie. Large up. Much love. It's all love. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Step one is seeing clearly that one has encountered ire when one come across ire in the vine. It is not that hard to do if one keeps one's ego in check. Step two is seeing ire in the vine as the best thing that can ever happen for one. This is so crucial that we get this part here now. Step one is seeing clearly that one has encountered higher when one comes across higher and divine. It is not that hard to do if one keeps one's ego in check. Step two is seeing higher and divine as the best thing that can ever happen for one. Step three, unconditional service, right posture, right behavior, right actions, all automatically spring from the first two. And the rest follows. This is important. This is so that can save people life from health, from perishing in hell. It's big. It's big. We're talking about our life, our experience here. I think I should have 1 million people watching here and listening to that. But there's only me and Leslie. And that is to be expected, honestly. It's too, I'm not into distraction enough. So the ones that like to be distracted will probably find other channel. I'm not so much. I'm into serious studies here to get us out of this freaking 3D prison matrix hell that is the Earth, that is the world, not the Earth, that is the world. Yeah. The most crucial thing. Yeah. It's been an hour. I think I'm going to stop there and I'll be back tomorrow again because I have to go to the, just thought of it, I have to go to the grocery store because my niece is coming tomorrow. My niece is coming and she's little. She's like 9 years old. So I like to go get her some treats and stuff. I'm like a grandpapa for her. I'm her uncle or godfather, but I'm like grandpapa also. So I like to spoil her with stuff. So I'll go get her some stuff at the grocery store. And until then, I wish you all to finally, maybe once in your life, bow to Iron Divine. Yeah, we gotta bow, bow, bow. Yeah, bow. Give thanks. I give thanks. Have gratitude for life. Be grateful for life. That's what I have to say. Be grateful for life. Do what you can to shake yourself up. To I don't know. There is something, Uncle, the best. Yeah, Uncle. I'm her Uncle Nanik. She calls me Uncle Nanik. Large up, Madeline. So, okay. So I'll be here tomorrow. What time? Maybe around 8. Yeah, 8 is good because she's coming here early. So I have to get up early anyway. Not that I get up very late. I'm usually out of my bed at the same time Kim leaves for work. She gets up early during the week, the 5 days. Oh, I don't like that word, the week, and I have to find another signification for yeah. But until then, it's all love. So rise and shine. Do your best. Don't stress. Don't have too much anxiety. That's good for me too. I'm talking to myself, and that's it. I just ate a wheat cake. That's good. That's good. I think I'll do the same. By me, I have my medical stuff, medical oil. I have the CBD and all that. I told you before, I think. Yeah. So, yes, I will take my oils tonight for sure. So, our job, and I'll be here later on. Like I say, 8 a.m. I should be, and we will finish tomorrow with PT's book. There's not much left, honestly, just a few pages. So we're finishing the book tomorrow morning, tomorrow early. Not we're not gonna mourn, but we're gonna finish it early, and then maybe I'll go get my own book printed tomorrow too. I have to go to Chateauguay in town. I have to go in town to bring Abby to work. So at the same time, I'll stop at Staples Bureau en Gros and print my book, and so I can look at it on paper because it gets on my nerve to look at it on the screen. When I read, I like to read a book, paperback thing. Yeah. So, and I have to send Leslie her hot peppers and maybe a little can of maple syrup with that. And Bliss too. I haven't forget about you, Bliss. I will send you a package too. Bliss wants a book, one book of PT. Maybe I'll send you a book too, Leslie, as a gift from me to you. And you can have PT's book. And supposed to receive them, the English copies, uh, very soon. They're in the mail. They're in transit. So as soon as they get here, yes, I'll send you a copy. I'm gonna have 20 of them here. So yeah, we will study that because we will again study it here. I'm doing it now, but I'll probably redo it again next year. So if you have your own copies, then you can check it out and see what I'm talking about. So, our job, I'm out. See ya.